knew that there was a UNESCO World Heritage Site here in the Phoenix area? I am at Taliesin West. This is one of the many Frank Lloyd Wright properties across the United States, and this one is very special here in the Scottsdale area as it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So I'm very excited to visit. I've never been in any of the Frank Lloyd Wright homes, and so it's supposed to be really special the way he integrated the architecture with the landscape. And also the reason it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site is because he was so influential for modern architecture. So I have a lot to learn. I'm going to take the audio guide. They do recommend that you get reservations in advance, and we did not. We just showed up on an afternoon here in December. We were able to get a ticket to go in, and it is a 1-hour tour with an audio guide. Now there are other guided tours you can buy, but as a first timer, this is the one they recommend. And they do recommend that you can download the app on your phone, bring your own headphones, and you can follow along. If you don't have headphones, they do have them here that you can rent or borrow from the place here to take the audio tour. So we're going to go in and take a look. I'm going to take you around and show you why this spot is so special. In case you don't know, who is Frank Lloyd Wright? Frank Lloyd Wright was one of the most influential American architects of the 20th century, designing over 1,000 buildings and pioneering a uniquely American style that broke from the European tradition. Wright didn't just design buildings, he reimagined how humans should live in them. His philosophy of organic architecture meant that buildings should grow naturally from their landscape, not copy historical styles. As we walk around Taliesin West, you'll see exactly what this means. All right, the tour begins. We've downloaded the app. All right, let's go check it out. These large rocks placed around the property have actual petroglyphs that were found on the property. And these designs helped inspire several of his designs. Now, the total property encompasses 500 acres of land, and 10 acres are considered the historic core, which is the area that's covered by the audio tour. So this property is more than just his house. This was actually considered the winter camp and desert laboratory. I'll tell you a little bit more about that after we go inside his office. Now here they teach you about one of his signature styles walking through entryways. He calls it compression and release, as a way to focus you on moving forward through the space as in nature. Now this is his office where he often met with clients. And the ceiling panels here were designed to optimize the natural lighting, perfect for viewing art and plans. It diffused the light. On this table, they have the historic designs of the first story of the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum in New York City. During the depths of the Great Depression, Wright and his wife founded the Taliesin Fellowship. It was at his primary residence in Spring Green, Wisconsin. These are students that wanted to learn architecture under Frank Lloyd Wright. They paid to live and train on his property in an immersive setting that was often grueling. His philosophy was that students needed to learn construction first, before design, which made them better designers in the long run. In 1927, Wright was invited to consult on the building of the Arizona Biltmore Hotel, and that's what brought him to the Arizona area. He was captivated by the scenery and warm weather, and he knew he had to return. Just 10 years later, he acquired this land, and he sent the apprentices that were back in Wisconsin out west so they could join him in building this incredible property. Throughout the property, you'll notice these beautiful Chinese sculptures. They're theater pieces of Cantonese opera scenes. And according to the audio guide, each time you encounter one of these, something is about to shift. Now we move into the living spaces. This was the private living area for Wright and his family, and it is so gorgeous. All the windows are amazing, and the angles make it such a unique space. Take special note of the furniture in here. And when you come into this dining cove, don't miss this beautiful Chinese art on the wall. Now, as we leave this space, my favorite part of the whole property is up next. This is the Kiva Fountain. Now notice the large stones that make up the walls of all of these buildings. This is actual quartzite stones. Here are some historical photos from the tour that show the apprentices working. So this was an actual camp. There was no utilities here, and these apprentices actually lived in sheep herder tents while they were working on the property. The Kiva room is where they would often gather and sometimes watch movies, and when they left the property for the summer, they used it for storage. This building here with this wall of glass is the kitchen and dining space, and everyone that lived here contributed during mealtime. Right next to it, you can see the breezeway. This was specifically designed to utilize the Venturi effect to escalate the air movement through this space. So it wasn't just a term, the breezeway. You could really feel the breeze passing through here. It was noticeable and wonderful. Now we head to the drafting studio. What a spectacular space to work in, with views all around. If only I had this type of space when I was in college. In here, there are several of the building designs on display. Lastly, we enter the cabaret. The community regularly gathered here for meetings and performances. I believe this was one of the last structures that was completed out of all the ones we visited. The group eventually outgrew the Kiva space and started holding their gatherings in here. Acoustically, it is narrow at the stage and wider in the back, so the speaker's voice will carry naturally to the back of the room without a microphone. Now, when it's all done, of course, you can visit the store, and inside the store is where you can pick up your headset if you don't bring headphones along with you. I really enjoyed visiting this, and now I am super curious to visit the other Frank Lloyd Wright structures throughout the United States that make up the UNESCO World Heritage Site. I hope you enjoyed this tour. Consider subscribing for more travel adventures.